Listen, my children, to the peaceful story from the Psalms.
Jesus and the Song of the Shepherd. A peaceful bedtime story inspired by the Psalms. The day had been long, from sunrise until evening. Jesus had taught the crowds, healed the sick, comforted the weary, and welcomed everyone who came to him. Now the sun was setting over the hills of Galilee. The sky glowed with soft shades of orange and purple as the last birds flew home to their nests. A cool breeze swept across the grass, carrying the fresh scent of the nearby water. Jesus and his disciples had found a quiet hillside where they would spend the night. A small fire crackled gently as they shared a simple meal of bread and fish. No one spoke very much. It had been a full day, and everyone was tired. Jesus looked around at his friends. Peter sat quietly, watching the fire. John gazed toward the stars that were beginning to appear. Matthew smiled peacefully, thankful simply to be near his teacher. When the meal was finished, Jesus stood and walked a little way from the fire. His disciples followed. Together they looked out over the hills where a flock of sheep rested in the fading light. Their shepherd sat nearby, staff in hand, keeping watch as the sheep settled down for the night. Jesus smiled. "Do you see that shepherd?" he asked. The disciples nodded. "He does not leave his sheep when darkness comes. In fact, the night is when they need him most." The disciples watched as one small lamb wandered a few steps away from the others. Without any anger, the shepherd rose, gently lifted the little lamb into his arms, and carried it back to the flock. Jesus smiled again. "That is how my Father cares for his children." A peaceful silence followed. Then Jesus sat upon a large stone. "The Psalms speak often of this," he said. "You remember the words of David." The disciples quietly answered together, "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want." Jesus nodded. David knew what it meant to care for sheep. He also knew what it meant to be cared for by God. Peter looked toward the shepherd again. "Lord," he asked, "why do sheep stay so close to their shepherd?" Jesus picked up a small pebble and rolled it gently through his fingers. "Because they have learned his voice. They know that his voice leads them to safety. They know that his voice leads them to water. They know that his voice leads them home." John listened carefully. Then Jesus continued, "In the same way, my sheep hear my voice. They learn not to fear because they know the one who calls them." The stars above grew brighter. A gentle breeze moved through the olive trees nearby. Somewhere in the distance, a stream quietly flowed through the valley. Jesus looked upward. David also wrote another beautiful song. He spoke softly, almost like a prayer. "The heavens declare the glory of God." The disciples lifted their eyes. Above them stretched a sky filled with countless stars. No one could number them. No one could reach them. Yet everyone had been placed there by God's hand. Jesus asked quietly, "If my Father closed the heavens with such beauty each night, do you think he has forgotten you?" The disciples smiled. "No, Lord," He never forgets us. Jesus nodded, not for a single moment. The fire behind them glowed warmly. The night became wonderfully still. After a while, Andrew asked, "Teacher, why did David write so many songs?" Jesus smiled kindly, because songs help the heart remember. When joy comes, we sing. When fear comes, we sing. When we have made mistakes, we sing and ask for mercy. When God answers our prayers, we sing with gratitude. The Psalms teach us to bring every part of our lives before God. James thought about those words, so we never have to hide from him. Jesus gently shook his head. My Father already knows every joy. He knows every tear, He knows every hope, and He welcomes those who come to Him with honest hearts. For a few moments no one spoke. The disciples simply listened to the quiet sounds of the evening, the crackling of fire, the whispering wind, the distant call of a night bird. Finally Jesus began to sing. His voice was gentle, strong, peaceful. It was one of the psalms the people of Israel had sung for generations. The disciples joined in. Their voices blended together beneath the stars. The words spoke of God's faithfulness, His mercy, His unfailing love. As they sang, the worries of the day seemed to grow smaller. The darkness no longer felt lonely, it felt peaceful. When the song ended, Jesus looked at each of His friends. Many people believe peace comes when every problem disappears. He paused. But true peace comes from knowing that God is with you, even in the middle of your troubles. Peter slowly nodded. He would remember those words for the rest of his life. Jesus continued, "There will be difficult days ahead. You will sometimes feel afraid." Jesus, you will sometimes wonder what tomorrow will bring. But remember the shepherd. He does not abandon his flock. He walks before them. He calls them by name. And when one grows weak, He carries it. The disciples watched the shepherd across the hill once more. The flock had fallen asleep, yet the shepherd remained awake, quietly watching, always ready. Jesus smiled. My Father watches over His children with even greater love. The moon had now risen high above the hills. Its silver light rested across the fields. Jesus folded His hands. "Before we sleep," He said, "let us thank the Father." Together they prayed. They thanked God for daily bread, for friendship, for forgiveness, for another beautiful day, for the stars above, for the promise that God's love never ends. When the prayer was finished, Jesus spoke one final thought. "If you awaken during the night, remember this: the one who watches over Israel never slumbers or sleeps." Those words settled gently into every heart. The disciples spread out their blankets on the soft ground. One by one, they lay down beneath the great canopy of stars. The fire became glowing embers, the breeze grew still. The shepherd across the valley continued his quiet watch, and Jesus remained nearby. His presence brought peace. As you imagine that peaceful hillside tonight, picture yourself sitting beside the fire with Jesus. Hear his gentle voice, feel the cool evening breeze. Look up at the stars his Father created. Remember the shepherd who never stops watching over his sheep. And as your eyes grow heavy, let these words rest in your heart. The Lord is my shepherd. I will not fear, for he is with me. May the peace that Jesus gives settle over your heart like a warm blanket. May every anxious thought become quiet. May you rest in the faithful love of God, who watches over you through every hour of the night. Sleep in his peace, sleep in his care, and may his mercy greet you again with the morning light. Amen. Amen.
Pray always and never lose faith. I'll always be there for you, no matter what comes.